Hello and welcome to the Coconut Chats. I am Mankirat Kaur and you are listening to a fresh new episode of FaceTime with Mankirat. So let's get started. Our today's guest is Miss Anshu Todiji, who is a self-mastery and limitless abundance coach, speaker, corporate trainer, yoga teacher, and host of the Limitless Show, recognized among the 99 women achievers of India. Her journey transformed after overcoming spinal tuberculosis in 2018, leading her to start the Limitless Movement, helping people master their minds, build resilience, and live with confidence, freedom, and purpose. So, we welcome you today, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mankirat. Thank you for inviting me for this podcast.
Thank you. So, can you please tell your journey into self mastery and limitless abundance coaching is very inspiring. So, where did it all truly begin for you?
I would want to set context before I begin this journey. So, when I talk about myself, curiosity, being open to life, resilience, and positivity are some of the traits that I have carried with myself from my childhood. And why am I saying that? Is because from my childhood, I used to notice the people who were older to me. I would always notice them. And I would try to see if I would want to be in their place.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? Uh, I wanted to see if they were inspiring, had they aged gracefully, were they agile, were they energetic, and were they healthy, were they happy? So, because I was always looking, when I would get older, will I be inspiring? Will I be healthy? How would
Yeah.
I look? How would I talk? Will people get inspired? Will I do something great? All these questions were always there in my mind. So, and why am I talking about this? Because the seed of this quality of life was always there in me. Because the quality of life is not determined as we would like to believe by the bigger the house that we are staying in, by the bigger the car we are driving. The quality of our life is determined by the quality of emotions that we feel in every moment. That is our home, actually, whether we want to believe it or not.
Yeah.
If I'm constantly worried, if I'm constantly fearful of my future, regretful or angry of my past, if I'm constantly living in this anxiety and stress and so many other emotions of sadness, of overwhelm, then that is the quality of my life. No matter how big a mansion that I'm staying in, and or how big a business, or I might be CEO of a company. So, and this is the context that I want to set. So, uh, when and life was just moving ahead, and 2018 was one of the phases in my life when I totally went below the ground, I would say. It was the lowest phase of my life. Not only in terms of emotions, I was in depression, I was in constant anxiety, fear, and that led to, you shared in my introduction that I went through tuberculosis.
Yeah.
So that led, because most of the diseases that we go through, 90% of the diseases, or even 95% in the world, are psychosomatic, which we don't realize.
Yeah.
We think the diseases just come some one day, all of a sudden, because we are so unlucky. No, they come because they have been there. We have five bodies, the five sheets, and they come into one of the sheets much earlier, 6 months, 1 year earlier, and then they reflect in our body. So where do we fail? We are not able to recognize that, and we are not able to make amends to our way of thinking, way of feeling. So that was the lowest phase of my life. And when that happened, first of all, I want to share that I thought my life was lost. Everything was gone and I'll never recover from this. But by God's grace, because probably, another character of me was that faith in someone higher. You might call it God, you might call it universe, but that faith was always there. And I was able to pull myself out because of that positivity and the fact that I had a small, beautiful daughter who was just 7 years old at that time. So that gave me a goal. a motivation in my life that, I had to live and I had to conquer all these challenges.
Yes.
And, but then there was a big question in my mind. What if I had known about it earlier? How to manage my emotions, how to manage my feelings? I probably wouldn't have gone through it. And this is not something which is taught to us in the schools. They teach us history, geography, science, everything, but they don't teach us the science of, leading a quality of life that we must. And that is where the journey began. That is where I understood that I must learn this first myself, apply it in my life, and then share it with others. So that
Okay.
is how everything began. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, how can someone start their self mastery journey, like without zero background in coaching or spirituality?
To answer that, in fact, I'll tell you truly one thing. Even when I joined my yoga teacher's course, I had known just by, how the world displays yoga, that yoga begins on a mat and ends on a mat.
Yeah.
The some asanas we do, some pranayam we do, and then yoga is done. An
Yeah.
hour of yoga a day, and we can keep the doctor away. No, first of all, yoga is also not that. And be it coaching, be it spirituality, be it yoga, everything talks about one thing, and that begins with awareness. Awareness is the first thing that any individual must have in their life. Awareness of what we are thinking,
Yeah.
of how we are feeling, awareness of what we are doing. And you have heard of the word mindfulness, right?
Yes.
It's a much talked about word in the world. People do mindfulness meditations, but they don't realize mindfulness has to be there in every moment. You don't do sit and do a mindfulness meditation for half an hour and then you get up and then again you start living your life, without that awareness and on autopilot. And that's what we all of us are doing. So even if you have no background in spirituality or coaching or yoga, you can develop this awareness now itself, right in this moment, if you choose to become aware of what are you thinking, what emotions are those thoughts triggering in your mind, how do they make you feel, what are the different triggers in your life, and that makes you recognize your patterns. So, patterns recognition is the most fundamental concept that anyone and everyone should learn. When we were in the Stone Age and we were, and not knowing anything, we were just killing animals and we were eating those animals or something we were finding on the trees. How did we come into the agricultural age? Because we identified the pattern of seasons and what season bears what kind of fruits, vegetables. We identified the pattern recognition happened with awareness.
Yeah.
All the scientific discoveries happen because of this pattern recognition through awareness. So I would just, tell all our viewers that become aware, become mindful of every moment, start recognizing your patterns first of all, and then the patterns around you. And you don't need anyone else. If you are not able to do it, of course, yourself, then you need a guide, but you can do it yourself if
Definitely.
just set your mind to it.
Yes. So, what mind body signals do people usually ignore until it becomes serious?
See, our mind and body, we are not able to befriend them. Frankly, they are our friends. And they keep trying to communicate with us in every moment. But because of the lack of awareness, as I already used the word, we always live a life in autopilot. When we are so stressed, we can't think of anything else. So we ignore those signals. When
Yeah.
we are always feeling depressed, anxious, fearful, when we are not feeling joy, maybe we buy something, that joy, that happiness is gone. Or some event happens, maybe my birthday today, and then I'm happy for a few hours, and then that happiness is gone. But we keep ignoring that. Even the body gives signals by way of inflammation, by way of pain,
Yeah.
constant acidity, constant maybe fever. So constant weight gain, weight loss, and we keep ignoring that. What do? We take allopathic medicines for anxiety. People are eating medicines for anxiety, for
Yeah,
depression.
true.
We are not treating the root cause. We are just suppressing the symptoms by taking the allopathic medicine. And then finally, we get so sick that it becomes very difficult to get out. So, if we become aware, we start living in awareness, we will first of all start recognizing these symptoms. And rather than suppressing these symptoms, we will need to go to the root cause and start treating the root cause.
Right. So, how did it feel to be recognized among the 99 women achievers of India?
It was a great feeling, especially because it was an organization which was like 57 years old, and
Okay.
they had done a lot of great work in the past and brought a lot of women like me who were doing such amazing work in the world, recognizing these women and bringing to the forefront. So I think it was a wonderful feeling that someone had recognized me for the work I had been doing.
Definitely.
I was so grateful for that.
Okay. So, if listeners remember just one message from you today, what should it be?
I would say, I'll again insist on awareness, but I would like to add one thing here. We No matter, I mean, whether you are a believer of God or you are a believer of the universe, you have to believe in something that is higher over there, who's running the whole world. It's
True.
not me and you who are running it, for sure,
Yes,
isn't it? I am breathing, you, so are you. Are you
definitely.
the one who's controlling that breath? No.
No.
So there has to be someone that, the trees are growing, the sun is coming out every single day, the moon is coming out, the birds are chirping. So there is a beautiful world around us, and someone is running this world.
Yes.
So I want, if the viewers have to take one thing away from this, interview, then one thing would be believe in that higher faculty who's running in this world. You might want to just call it anything. If you're not a believer of God, don't call it God. But it is something that is running the world. Trust in that process, trust in that higher power, and at least try to make some connection, connect to maybe to the nature itself, connect to
Yeah,
the sun, connect to the sky. So make that connection, live your life in connection, live your life in awareness, and live in surrender, and that would just see you through, if that
definitely.
is
This
the
is the
one thing
need
really
of the
to
hour.
do.
Yes.
Yes.
And I would say that I'm so glad we had this conversation today. It was really insightful and very much informative, and also kind of realization for me as well that this is something that I should start doing in my life now. And I would say that thank you for your time, your honesty, and your energy. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.